Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle-settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
A marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.
Good morning, Zati. A happy Tuesday, Farah. Wow, so far on a Tuesday. Tuesday is one of those days that I don't know what to say. After Tuesday, everything is very fast, really. Hey, Amizar, good morning. Right, so we're going to continue with our marketing. So this week it's marketing week, and hopefully by just implementing a few key points, you will be able to start to change your whole entire strategy. Because there's one day during the whole first MCO thing when I had to re-look into different businesses and looking at the replans and everything. And I spoke to an expert, and he just said to me, Adrian, everything is all about marketing. It depends on how you actually position yourself. So when you position yourself properly, you will be able to then see the results. And whatever tips that he gave me, I like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this for the longest time, and yet at the same time, I get stuck in that trap. What do I mean by getting stuck in the trap? You see, sometimes what we call, if you Google out something called the Johari window, the Johari window, don't worry, it's not Malaysian. It's created by Joe and Harry, and it's not somebody that I know of in Jeju. But basically, Johari window talks about blind spots. All right, here's everyone. All right, so what we talk about blind spots, many times most companies or entrepreneurs, what happened here is that there's no such thing called the most seasoned entrepreneur. Yes, we are seasoned. We have been doing different businesses and everything, but that becomes our so-called blind spot, or that's the point that makes us fall sometimes. Because if we don't continuously read or continuously improve ourselves, we will then realize that we will drop into the wilderness. I'm working with another company right now. They are saying that, how come, Adrian, our business are growing, then it starts to move in a parallel line. Cost goes up, revenue stays the same. I told them, matter of time, your profits goes down. You don't have enough cash flow, you ultimately will go down. All right. So what's happening is that today I really looked into the few concepts that I've learned from J. Abraham. So it's not from me, it's really a marketing guru. And the 5 tips that J. Abraham gives, and I'm going to go through with it today, some of it today, some of it tomorrow. But there's one thing that hit me again, and he said, number 1 rule in marketing, it's about investing in the outcomes. Now, what does it mean to invest in the outcomes? See, there is one thing that I realized when I coach many people doing businesses, especially if they are new. Many times people always like to pull out the spreadsheet, your Excel sheet, and then we want to how to maximize profits. And it's right to be able to maximize profit, right? But the only problem here is this. The old saying goes, people don't care how much you know, but they only care how much you care. All right? All right, thanks, Sophie. Yeah, so basically, when we sit down, think back again. Are we focusing on our bottom line, or are we focusing on growing other people? J. Abraham's, out of the 5, the first tip is investing in the outcomes. And investing in the outcomes is not about investing in your own outcomes. It is investing in the outcomes that you want to drive for other people. All right, so let's put it this way. J. Abraham was actually writing a book called it's called Stealth Marketing, How to Recession-Proof Your Business. And the biggest problem with that book that he sold, it's $1,000 per book. Would you even buy 1,000 ringgit a book? This guy actually sold his book for $1,000. That's like what, 3,000 plus ringgit a book. But the thing here is this. He sold off the book within 2 weeks. All the books people buy. So the question is, what makes it so powerful, all right, that people want to pay that money? So the thing is, he actually titled it, number 1, Recession-Proof Your Business. Now, after the pandemic, everyone wants to know how to foolproof our business and how do we make sure that we survive the pandemic. So the thing here is this, if you are positioning your product to actually help companies foolproof their businesses, I'm sure people will pay. So the thing here is this, it's all about the world's most important channel. What's in it for me channel? What's in it for the person? That means ultimately, you don't really, I mean, let's be frank. Are you going to log in to listen to me, or what have I done? Or you log in to listen to me because you may think that I've got something that can help you build your business. And that's the main thing. So the thing is, the key here is this. Invest and spend time to think about it again. What is that product that you are selling? What's the product that you're marketing? If the person uses your product, how is it going to make a change in that person's life almost immediately? And therefore, your product will be sold almost instantly. So the thing is, never ever sell what you want to sell, but sell something that people want to buy that will be able to help them make a difference in their life. And as I think I may have said this during our sales pitch, it's about making sure that they have a higher meaning of it. And then always position your business, all right, position your business or your product as the expert in this area. So the main thing here is it's always about branding. Marketing always comes with branding. If you are going to be just a normal, mediocre, like a trading house, for every single product, people will never come and look for you. So part of branding and marketing is that if you're going to talk about tiles, it's all about you, or it could be, you can be an expert. Like for me, is an expert in NLP, and I use NLP to help people build their businesses. So everything that people see me is that it uses NLP. That's it. That's what people remember me for. So that's the idea. So in terms of Essence as my company, what do we do? People say Essence is a team building company. It's a consulting company. So immediately people say, okay, if I have anything, go there. So we need to also position yourself. So who are you? All right. Always look at the outcomes that people can use, and therefore they will be able to then link you to that particular product or that solution, because ultimately you become the expert. All right. So today is going to be rather short. Tomorrow we're going to talk about greatness and how to talk about systematic approach, as well as how to think strategically, because most of the time what we actually face here is, if you're going to read marketing books and sales books and everything, they always tell you about process, but nobody ever tell you to think ahead of people, because ultimately I think one of the sessions I also mentioned, it's either you become a driver in terms of the industry. That means you need to be able to foresee what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years time, although we would not know because of the pandemic right now, but there will be a trend. All right, once you know that there is a trend, you will be able to then be able to become a trend setter. All right, so that's the whole entire idea that we want to go about, and we will see how we can position it a little bit more. Well, just a little bit more before I call it a day. All right, so what we're going to talk about is also talk about the systematic approach that we're going to talk about in maybe tomorrow. Systematic approach, how many people have you been going through in terms of a haphazard way of running businesses? You see, that's the biggest problem. You need to be able to build a business that will be able to cascade it down to other people. What do I mean by that? Remember one thing, you cannot be the only person that is running the show. That means you need to have a blueprint as to what are the things that needs to be seen, what are the things needs to be taken care of, etc. Right? So we'll talk about it more in terms of structures, and this is the time when I really love things like Six Sigma and Black Belt. All right, so I think that's it for me today, and I'll catch up with you all again tomorrow. All right, goodbye.